relationships, the toxic ones, the ones that it's just like, oh, it hurts so bad, but it feels so good. And Diamond B. Frazier, is no stranger to a toxic relationship. Now, I'm not really proud of it. You know, we all go through it. You might not be a stranger either. And if you act like you're a stranger, maybe it's next door to you. Maybe you got a neighbor who deal with toxic relationships. So whether you're on the receiving end of the toxicity, or you know somebody that's in a toxic relationship, this video's for you. So stay here. So, first things first. Toxic relationships, as we know, I ain't telling you nothing you don't know, because if you experienced it, you know it. But toxic relationships is so damaging to your self-worth. It's damaging to your emotional well-being. And sometimes it could be damaging to your physical health. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about physical violence because, you know, I don't want to tap into that. You know, I feel like some people can speak about it a little bit better than I can. So I'm just going to speak on, you know, what I know. And as an outsider, you might hear a person say, you know, he done beat me up, or she slashed my tires, or went through my phone. We yelling back and forth. It's just loud. We cussing each other out, calling each other out our names, and we just going at it. And you might be like, okay, like every time I talk to you, it's always something bad. Like, why are you still here? Like it just don't make sense to me. Like, she puts her hands on you. She goes through your phone. She spits in your face. She's cussing you out. She's demeaning you as a man, or he's grabbing you up. He's punching you. He's yelling at you. He's taking your stuff. He's being manipulative. He's being controlling, playing the victim role. And it's like, bruh, what are you doing here? Like, the obvious answer is to just leave. And sometimes we don't really take the time to educate ourselves or become aware or really understand why people stay in toxic relationships. Now, I'm going to breeze past these couple of reasons, and then I'm going to tap into one main reason. So, of course, loneliness. A lot of us feel like, well, it's better to be in a bad relationship than to not be in a relationship at all. Or, you know, you have a very low self-esteem. You really don't know your worth, or don't really know what you deserve. So you just take this thing and think it's love, or the most that you deserve. Or maybe you were the abuser and you just like this sense of control. So, I mean, it's 1,000,001 reasons. But today, what we're going to talk about is the addiction. Okay. Toxic relationships. Let me kind of get you in the mindset. It's like if a person goes to a casino and they play the slot machine. So, you know, you bringing the thing down, or you tapping that button. You didn't win 5 times in a row, and it just feels so good. And then you lose 9 straight times and you frustrated. But it's just like the fact that you knew that it was some good there. Oh, you're not going to stop playing. You're going to try to get back to that five winning streak. So you just keep playing and you lose it. But then, like, you randomly win. It's like this inconsistency, but it's like this rush, like that dopamine. It gets real intense. It's like, oh, I'm about to win. Oh, shoot. And it's just that high and low and that high and low. Just like in relationships, like, you might be on a tragedy for months. In the words of Jeremiah, we've been on a tragedy for months. Why can't you agree with me for once? You know, you might be going through bad time, like time after time. It's like weeks after weeks, and it's just bad. It's just arguing, or you find something in each other's phone, and it's just like, but you stay because you've put yourself in this cycle. So now you've been starved of positivity, and all you just wanting so bad is that positivity. And then the abuser or the manipulator in the situation, they bring in a little positivity, a little razzle dazzle, some good stuff, and it's just like, oh my God, finally, it just feels so good, like, thank you. And then you get this false perception that, you know, you didn't forget everything else that went bad. It was like you were just so focused on getting that good just one more time. Just like at the casino when you're playing the slots or whatever, like that Russian roulette, like that feeling. And sometimes it becomes a psychological thing, and you get trapped in the cycle, and you just be wondering, like, how in the world did I get here? But you get into a cycle like that. Like, that pattern, like that feeling of high and low and high and low, and that rush, that you just love that roller coaster. And so if you were to be with somebody else that really treated you the way you deserve, and it was consistent, and they were so good to you, they catered to your every need, they were intensive, they were encouraging, they appreciated you, like all your list of like wants and needs, like they embodied that. But then it's like, you don't want that because it's boring. That's not fun. There's no hype in that. There's no excitement. Like, where's the fist fight? And it's just like, people are going to do what they want to do regardless. But if you really want to get out of it, you really need like some solitude just for a little bit. Like if you got to talk to the person you're in a relationship with and just say, hey, can I please just have a day to myself? I just, need like a self-care day, whether it's get your hair done, dudes, get a haircut, your nail done, hang out with your boys or whatever, or just really just be by yourself and just have time to think. Figure out what your boundaries are. Redefine those boundaries. Once so many lines have been crossed, Lord knows what you accept and what you don't accept. At this point, it just looked like you accepting everything in the book. Everything that they do is okay because you have now taught yourself that this behavior is okay, and you've taught this person that it's okay to treat you like that. And the only way, like what happens in the cycle is the victim in the situation, but I mean, everybody does wrong, but we're just going to label victim and abuser. We're just going to put it that way. So the victim, it's like you just work up this courage and you're just like, oh, enough is enough, and you just leave. And then the abuser or the manipulator, they then change their behavior and they become everything you wanted to be. And now they're just so understanding and they just get it. And it's just like, oh, whatever. And they get you right back in the cycle. Then you work up this courage to I'm just done. And then they're like, no, but baby, I'm gonna never do it again. I love you. You're the only one, blah, 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 blah. And then you look up. And it's 4 years later, or it's 5 years later, or it's 2 years later, or it's 10 years later. And then now, aside from that dopamine or that rush, it has become, well, I've been with this person for 5 years and we done been through it, and they know they're the only ones that understand me. Well, they're the only ones that's been consumed of your time. I mean, if somebody else got a chance to know you, maybe they'll tap into, what it is that you really want needed, and you can have that healthy, happy life. And a lot of us do stay because of time. Time don't mean nothing. Time can be wasted. Maybe that time was just like to teach you a lesson so that once you leave, that's not what you're going to deal with no more. That's not what you're going to tolerate. Or, dang, let me look into myself. Like, this is the behavior that I need to change and I need to get out of. Like, you can't be sticking around because of time. No, we can't do that. So whether you got to talk to a therapist, and I do want to know a lot of therapists in the area, because as I'm doing this self-growth journey and we're having these conversations, I want to insert some people in there and say, hey, if you ever want anybody to talk to, you can talk to this person. So, as you guys help me grow and we grow together, we definitely going to make sure we are good, because mental health is very important in all aspects of your life. And then when you strengthen in here, oh, you can achieve anything. Oh, you good. But what was I going to say? So back on the situation with time, it's like, along with time, right, you also start feeling like you need to fix this person. And you just have this, oh, they just need me. Oh, I just attract these damaged people and it's my job to just save them. Girl, that is not your job. And boy, that is not your job. You are not Captain Saver. Distressed person. We're gonna call him that, distressed person. That's not your job. That's what God is here for. That's what a therapist is for. That's what self-discovery and self-growth and self-reflection is for. Don't take on the job of building this person up. Like, you can do what you can in regards to encouraging, appreciating, and things like that, but you can't, once it starts getting detrimental to your health and your mental being, you gotta take a step back. You can't you can't do that to yourself, and don't do that to them. Nobody wants to know that the person that they're with is solely with them. because they feel sorry or they feel bad or they feel pity. I don't want you with me because you feel bad for me. I want you to be with me because you really like me for me. You feel like I can add some value to your life. You feel like I can uplift you. I can make you feel good. Like, that's what's important. So if you want to get out of a toxic situation, at the end of the day, only you know when enough is enough. You know, you decide, look, I'm going to break this cycle. I'm going to get out of it. Only you can decide that, and you know when you're ready. But I really say the best way to get back to you is to really detach. Now, breaking up is a little bit too difficult for you. Like I said, just say, you mind if I have a day of just self-care? I just kind of want to read or whatever. Take that time to write in a journal, talk to yourself, reflect, listen to some good music. Not music that's going to support whatever the toxic that you got going on, because sometimes that music get in your head and it's like, well, maybe toxic isn't so bad because everybody's going through it. No, it's bad. It's bad. But that's today's situation. A toxic. My role, if y'all want to know, my role in a toxic relationship is I am a yeller. I am a yeller. It was so many times that I have lost my voice because I've been like, and let me say this. Yelling and being loud does not make you heard. It just definitely make you lose your voice, a strain on your brain, because you will get an aneurysm from that stress, a strain on your voice. You will crack them vocal cords, and the person, all they're gonna do is yell over top of you, and that was all counterproductive. Ain't nobody hear nothing you say at all. But for me, you know, I did go through a period of time where I was always pointing out the other person's actions. Well, if you ain't do this, then I wouldn't have did this. Had you not did this, this would have never happened. But at the end of the day, whether they did what they did or not, that shouldn't make me adjust or move a certain way. I gotta have a level of maturity for myself. I gotta carry myself a certain way that no matter what goes in front of me, I'ma still be me, and I'ma still have peace, and I'ma still, you know, stand in what I know is right. So, y'all, that was intense. That was intense for me. This is just the first session. But I can't wait till we get into finances and mental health and career and all that good stuff. But let me know how you feel about the video. If you like it, like it. Because when you like the video, more people see it. And, you know, like, I just really want to help people. And I want to help me. And I want y'all to help me help you. Like, help me help you help me. So, like this video, comment if you liked it, if you loved it, if you didn't like it, if you like, girl, like, that wasn't even a good video, you pressed for what? Let me know, like, because I want to be better. So I'm trying to be open to criticism, because it's not the easiest thing in the world. I promise you it's not the easiest thing in the world. But yeah, let me know if you like it, if you don't like it. Whatever, all interaction is cool with me. You can share this video, subscribe. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Please help me get there. Stay tuned. Peace and blessings. Make sure you be better than yesterday.